Hello everyone, I am Avai speaking. So today I am going to take you through the chapter called Basic Mathematics. So today we are going to overview and cover all the basic mathematical tools which are required for class 11th and class 12 physics. Okay, so before I start, just a second. So before I start, let us see what and all are we going to cover. I will cover all the geometry basics, which is 2D geometry and 3D geometry. I'll also cover a part called Conic Sections. This chapter we'll actually learn in detail at the end of first year in mathematics, but here we are going to only learn about the equations, and also I will talk about trigonometry. We'll learn about logarithms. Trigonometry I will cover basic formulas, and logarithm I will teach in detail, and basics of physics, which is what class 10 topics and class 9 topics, which are actually going to be repeated in class 11th and class 12th. So is this clear? Okay, now we'll talk about basics of geometry. Okay, so 2D geometry, where we'll cover 2D geometry and 3D geometry. So 2D geometry you would have learned in 9th and class 10th. So what is it? In 2D geometry, what you have x y plane. Okay, you have x and y plane. So this is x axis and this is y axis. Okay, now what and all you need? Distance formula. You know the distance between AB is what? Root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. I recommend making short notes of all these things. Okay, next, slope formula. What is slope? Slope is represented by m, which is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. First of all, what is y1 and y2? Take any let coordinates of AB x1 y1 and coordinates of BB x2 y2. Okay, now distance formula, slope, and what is the equation of line? Then y is equal to mx plus c. Clear? Done. Now basic notations which are extremely important for you. See, x mark, which means what? Into the plane, and dot mark, which means out of the plane. Okay, now how I used to remember, as you can see, arrow example. So if you take an arrow, assume an arrow, okay, which is coming towards you. When an arrow is coming towards you, what do you see? You see a dot. Okay, you see a dot out of the plane, so which is coming out of the paper or out of the screen which you are watching now. So don't you think that arrow you would see as a point? Yes. So like that, and when that arrow you are pushing it inside, don't you think you will see this line and one more line? So all I think it will be out of the plane. I mean into the plane, my bad, into the plane. Correct? So this is how you remember, but these two notations will be are going to be used a lot of times. Okay, are going to be used a lot. Now let us talk about 3D geometry. This is something you are going to learn again in class 11th and class 12th combined. Now, okay, 3D geometry. What and all are there? First of all, you have x-axis, you have y-axis, and you have z-axis. Okay, z-axis, this is positive z-axis. See, this is positive z-axis, and this is negative z-axis. Okay, now what I'll tell is, keep your fingers, take your right hand, keep your fingers in this direction, curl it towards y. Now whatever direction your thumb is facing, that direction is z. Okay, that is positive z axis. Clear? No. Another very important, basically we learn it in again vectors when I do that chapter. But remember this, positive x-axis is going to be represented as plus I cap for x-axis. It's basically, see, I will write it like this, but instead of this dot, write it like this. And negative x-axis, you write minus I cap. Negative, so negative. Positive y-axis, you'll write it as j cap. See, basically it's like j. Instead of the dot, we'll put this symbol. Okay. And minus negative y-axis, you'll write it like this. Clear? Now, positive z-axis, you will write k and top of this, and negative k again, negative, so minus k. Clear? Now, another, so this should be clear because again you will use this in almost every single chapter of physics. Now, another important theorem which you would have learned in 10th or 9th, which is angle between the lines is equal to angle between the perpendiculars. Some people would not have heard about this. It's okay. Listen here, because again we will be using this in many chapters. Okay, many chapters, especially Newton's laws of motion. Also in drawing something called FBD, free body diagram. Also you will be using it in ray optics in class 12th, and also kinematics. Also some places you will be using it. Now I will explain it to you in detail. Listen to me carefully. Yeah. See, assume that this angle is theta. Now take only two lines, AB and CD. Clear? I'll zoom out a little bit. Yeah. Take two lines, AB and CD. Okay. Now let the angle between them be theta. Okay. Let the angle between them be theta. Now what you are doing is you are drawing a perpendicular to AB. Okay. Perpendicular to AB, this part. Okay. Name it as A dash. Right. I'll take just a second. Yeah. Assume it is A dash, B dash. Now I am drawing a perpendicular to CD. Take it as C dash, somewhere over here D dash. Now angle between AB and CD is theta, then angle between the perpendiculars is also what? Theta. This is a theorem. Okay, clear? So this you should be familiar with. Okay, let us go to the next topic. Now let us talk about conic sections. Basically, what is conic sections? See, conic section is a part of geometry which comprises of circle, parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. Okay, it comprises of these shapes. Now why are they called conic sections, you may ask. See, actually again it is there in your NCERT textbook. If you take a cone and cut it in a specific way, you will get all these shapes. Okay, you can check the way for visualization. You can check your NCERT textbook. Okay, again that visualization is actually not required. Okay, now what is actually required in conic sections for physics is the equation of all the conics. Okay, in some questions they will ask. Okay, they will give the trajectory equation. Trajectory means basically the equation of its path, or you may find out and they'll ask, what does it represent? Does it go in a circle shape? Is it in a shape of parabola? Does it go in a shape of hyperbola? Or does it go in a shape of ellipse? To find out all this, you will reduce it to a standard equation. Okay, from that you will conclude which is it circle, parabolic, or is it elliptical, or is it hyperbolic. Now circle, see, for circle, okay, the equation of a circle is h minus x the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square, where what h and h comma k is what? Center. Take this, assume this is the center, which is coordinates of center is h comma k. Remember, you are talking about the coordinates points. Okay, the coordinate x and y coordinate of its center is h comma k. Then this is the equation. What is r? R should be obvious, it is a radius. So what is it again? H minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square. Okay, now let us talk about parabola. See, parabola, there are 4 equations. Okay, let us talk now. First is y square is equal to 4ax, y square is equal to minus 4ax, x square is equal to 4ay, x square is equal to minus of 4ay. Okay, now how does this diagram look like? I will draw it. Okay, see, y square is equal to 4a. If x and y coordinate is like this, then this looks like this. Minus means, of course, it will be reversed like this. Next, x square equals 4ay, plus means like there, and x square is minus 4ay is downward. Clear? Then in at any point of time, if you get confused, substitute some values. For example, let us say you get confused between these two, or let us say between this and this. What we can do is we can actually put some values. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3. Any 3 points you can plot and you'll get to know the nature if you get confused. But you should not get confused and you should remember. Okay? No. Another thing which is, I will tell you, it's not required, foci, which is a comma 0. Okay? Focus of the parabola is a comma 0. Okay? Now, ellipse. No, ellipse is what? Basically, it's a circle which is extended. Okay, extended circle is called ellipse. Now, what is it? X minus h the whole square by a square. See, a square is there. Plus y minus k the whole square by b square is equal to 1. If a becomes b, what does it represent? It represents a circle. Clear? If a is equal to b, it becomes a circle. Now, but generally for ellipse, always for ellipse, when you say a should not be equal to b, and a and b also should not be equal to 0. Never ever. Okay. Now, first of all, what is a and what is b? Before talking about what is a and b, there is something called semi-major axis and semi-minor. Now, semi-major axis is this. So, for this semi-major axis, so this is semi-major axis and this is semi-minor axis. Okay, clear? This is semi-major and this is semi-minor. Small, so semi-minor. Clear? Now, center is what? You can only tell. Tell me, center is what? See, for circle, what was the center? H comma k. Whatever you are putting over here is itself the center. So here, whatever you are going to put is the center. Clear? Now, length of major axis. Now, what is length of major axis? From this point to this point. What is its length? Tell me, any idea? Okay, what is the length of major axis or semi-major axis? The length of semi-major axis is nothing but of 2 times a, and length of semi-minor axis is 2 times. First of all, what is a? See, this length is a. This length is a, and clear? Okay. Now one more thing, foci. This is required. Foci of ellipse is plus or minus AE, C. E is nothing but eccentricity. So foci of ellipse is, I'll write it neatly. And just so that you know, E always lies for ellipse lies between 0 to 1. Okay. Next, hyperbola. Hyperbola, equation of hyperbola. Okay. So next we'll learn about equation of hyperbola. So equation of hyperbola, as you can see, it's similar to ellipse. It is x minus h the whole square by a square minus y minus k the whole square by b square is equal to 1. Again remember, it is always 1. Okay, it should be 1. Now, how does the hyperbola look like? This. Clear? Is it clear? Again, a and b, they can be equal. There is no such restriction that they should not be equal. Okay. Now, rectangular hyperbola. There is something special type of hyperbola called rectangular hyperbola. What is the equation of rectangular hyperbola? If you ask, it is x into y is equal to a constant. So x into y is equal to constant is what rectangular hyperbola. It looks like this. Clear? It looks like this. It is symmetric about origin. Clear? Okay. So with this, conic section part is completed. Okay, we'll go to the next part now. So next part is trigonometry. So trigonometry, you see, it's a huge topic, and if I sit to explain in detail, okay, every derivation of every single formula, the video itself for trigonometry itself will go for 30-45 minutes. But I know that all of you would have learned the derivation of these three formulas in class 10th, and the rest of the formulas anyways you will learn it in class 11. So okay, now let us keep noting down the formula. Pause the video and note down the formula. These three formulas are your class 10th formulas, okay, and class 12 formulas which you majorly require is these three. Okay, yeah, there is one more formula which I forgot. Okay, note it down quickly. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so sin 3 theta formula you require, which is what? Any idea? And cos 3 theta okay, learn these two also, add these two to your chart. Okay, now copy this quickly. Done. Next, another important topic which you will have to learn is this thing. See, from since you come from 10th, you know sin, you know 0 degree, you know 30 degree, sin 30, cos 30, tan 30, sin 0, you know 60, 45, 90, you know these angles. Okay, now in physics there are two specific angles which you need to learn, which is 37 degrees and 53 degrees, because they are going to be widely used in physics, and in exam they are not going to give the values. Okay, now it's simple, you need to learn only one. Sin 37 is what? 3 by 5. Simple, this is theta. So 3 opposite by hypotenuse, 3 by 5, cos 4 by 5, adjacent by hypotenuse, tan, you know, sin by cos, so 3 by 4. Now sin 53, you can tell, of course, same, this is simple, this is 4 by 5. If you see, these two are what? Complementary angles. So this is what? Nothing but 3 by 5, and this is what? Nothing but 4 by 3. Okay, so this is about trigonometry. Clear? Now there is one more topic called proportionality theorem. In case you don't know, this is going to be widely used. Okay, what does it say? If A by B is equal to C by D, then add these two. a plus c by add the numerator a plus c by b plus d is equal to what? A by b is equal to c by d, which is also equal to what? Subtract these two. C minus a by d minus b. Clear? Okay. So this is a basic theorem. I will erase it so that you can copy this, and I will give you an example. Assume you have 1:2 and take another ratio similar. Let us say 4:8. You know that these two are same. A by b is nothing but c by d. Now what you will do? Add these two. A plus c, 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 2 should also be equal to 4 minus 1 by 8 minus 2. Is it so? Let us see. 4 plus 1, which is 5 by 10, or 1 by 2, which is equal to this, which is also equal to this. Arey Baba, when you simplify this, you will get 1 by 2, na? No. 4 minus 1, 3, 8 minus 2, 6, which is 1 by 2. So, don't you think this theorem is true? Of course, there is a long proof for this, but I am not going deep into that proof. Okay? Now, is this clear? Okay. Next. The next important topic in basic mathematics is logarithms. Okay? You are going to use this. I will say not a lot, but yeah, you will be using this in physics. Okay? So, let us go through the basic properties, and I have kept some questions at the last, like basic questions. Okay? Now, logarithms. So what are the basic properties of logarithms? First, log of a into b is log of a plus log of b. Log of a by b is log of a minus log of b. Log of base anything power. Okay, let us learn how to read log. Log of, how do you read? Log of b base a. Log of b base a. Okay, you read it like this. Log of b base a. Clear? No. Log of a into log of b. Log of a into b, sorry, is log of a plus log of b. Log of a by b is log of a minus log of b. M power n. Take this n outside. Clear? Bring this outside, then keep log. Now, whenever you have like this, what is it? Log of a base anything by log of b base anything. You can keep any base. Now, this property is important. Whenever you have like this, what you can actually do is, see, b and a you can interchange. Okay? You can interchange b and a. I interchanged, so b came down, a went up. Okay? Next. These are the basic properties. Note it down if you want. Done. Okay. Now, important note. For log of a base b, first of all, a, this number should always be positive. Clear? A cannot be equal to 0 also. You can't keep a equal to 0. Okay? A should be positive and base should not be equal to 1. Clear? And also base should always be positive. Clear? Done. Now, when a lies between 0 to 1, okay, not equal to 0, of course, okay. Now, first of log value is always negative. Clear? Log value will get negative. Now, for a lies between 1 to that base, of course, this is for what? B greater than 1. Now, for a lies between 1 to b, the log value will be fractional, less than 1, or you can tell fractional, which is what? 0.3, 0.7, 0.11876 something random. Clear? Okay. Now actually there are some log values, even though they give in exam, like in exam they give log values of some numbers, okay, like they give log of 17, log of 19. If they give, you can't remember, they'll give log values, but they expect you to know log values of some numbers, which is what log of anything in 1 to the base anything is what 0. Log of a, if these two are same, it is 1. Now log of 2 is approximately equal to 0.301. Log of 3 is approximately equal to 0.477. And log of e, base e, is equal to 1. And ln, what is ln? Log of any number to the base e is called as ln. Okay, ln. We usually call it ln. Now ln of 2 is 0.693 and ln of 3 is approximately equal to 1.09. Clear? Now let us solve some quick questions. Okay, pause the video and give a try to these questions. Let us try. How do you solve a by b? Log of a by b is nothing but log of a minus log of b. Now log of a, which means log of 2, minus log of b, which is log of 3. Clear? You can put the values and simplify. I'll keep it like this. Next, this is called reverse property. Do you remember I told log of a into b is equal to log of a plus log of b? Now this is log of a plus log of b. I will bring it ulta. So I will write it as, okay, this is when they have given, when you know log 2 and log 3 values, so I'll keep it. Assume that they have given the log of log 77 is something they have given, assume. Then you will do this, okay. So this is what log of a into 11 log of a into b. So which is log of 77. Keep it like this. Clear? Now next property. What do you do for this question? Try this. Basically this, you will use this property a log, you will interchange these two. Okay, now this covers a good amount of properties, so listen to this carefully. 49 can be written as 7 square. I will write it as log 4 base 7. 4 and 7, what I'll do, I'll exchange. Okay, 4 will come here. Now what I'll do, I will exchange. So I have what? Log of 7 square. Now do you remember that property? Which is that property? Log of a power n. A is nothing but n times log of a. Now log of a is nothing but 1, I told. So basically it is what? N. It's basically what? N. Clear? Basically what does it give? N. So this is what? 7 square. Same. So I will just keep it like 4. Okay, we'll write it like this. 2 log of 7. This is 1. So we'll get it as 4 square, which is 16. Clear? Now try this question. See, you don't know log 3 base 2 value. When they are asking, but a log 3 value, log 3 base 10 value and log 2 base 10 value. So we'll use that log of a base b, this property, okay. log of a, you can take any base. I will take 10 because log 2 base 10 by log of 10 base b. This is up, so up we'll keep it in numerator, this is down, so we'll keep it as in denominator. So I will write it as log of 3 base 10 whole divided by log of 2 base 10. Now tell me, log 3 base 10, log 2 base 10, approximately 1 point, correct, approximately. This is I have solved these problems. Okay, again I will be solving like tougher problems in practice session. Okay, done. Let us go to the next section now, and this is going to be the last part, basics of physics. Okay, first of all, what is this basics of physics and why do we need it? See, in class 10th, in class 11 and class 12th, okay, these chapters require prerequisite knowledge of class 9th and class 10th. For those who are not paid attention in these two classes, I will, in brief way, I will tell what knowledge is actually required, even though most of the part will be taught, but the topics which I am going to discuss are not going to be taught separately. Okay, now, so what does it have? We have inertia. First of all, what is inertia? Inertia is nothing but inability of a body to resist change in motion. Okay, inability of a body to resist its change in motion. So it can't resist change inability. Okay, I forgot that. Okay, I will explain it with the help of an example. Assume that you are sitting in a car which is at rest. Okay, or you are standing in a car. Now what happens? Suddenly if this car moves, do you think you will move this side suddenly? You will get a sudden jerk like feeling. You will move suddenly. Why is this? Okay, first of all, this is called inertia of rest. IO is what? Inertia of rest. IO is inertia of. Okay. Now, why is that? See, your body is through in rest. Okay. Now suddenly what happens? This car moved. But what is it? Inertia. Inability to resist the change in motion. Okay. You can't resist the change in motion. So what happens? Your body wants to stay in rest, but this suddenly moved. So that is why you move backward. What is inertia of motion then? Assume a car, okay, is moving and we are standing on the car. So basically what, you are also moving with respect to ground. With a person standing on the ground, he sees that you are moving. Okay, but suddenly if the car stops, your body too is in motion. It can't resist the change in motion. Okay, so what does it happen? Your body wants to keep on moving, but it has to. So suddenly you feel like, you move forward like that. Clear? Now, there is something called as inertia of direction. Direction, okay? What is that inertia of direction? Again, similar. Assume that you are moving on a car in a circular track. Now, when you are turning, don't you think your body is moving in the opposite direction? Clear? Your body will suddenly move. When your car suddenly takes a turn, your body will move in this direction. Correct? This is called inertia of direction. So these are the three types of inertia. What are those? Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. Next, equations of motion. This you would have learned in class 9th. Okay, what are those three equations? V is equal to u plus at, first equation. S is equal to ut plus half at square, second equation. P square minus u square is equal to 2as, third equation of motion. What is V? V is final velocity of the body. U is initial velocity. T, time taken by the body. S is displacement. A is acceleration. Clear? Now, I hope you all know what is initial velocity. Okay, in case you don't know, I'll explain that also. Assume you have car. Okay, when you're starting the stopwatch, this car will have some velocity. Okay, assume. Okay, if it is at rest, if it is starting from rest, then u is 0. But assume at some time t is equal to 0 when you're starting, the velocity car has some velocity. That velocity is u. Okay, and now when you're stopping the clock watch, the velocity of the car at that time when you're noting, that is v, final velocity. Okay, and the displacement is what? These two, distance between these two. It is actually wrong to say distance between them. Okay, but as of now we can tell, like, yeah, distance between them you can tell. Okay, as of now. No, first of all, what is the difference between distance and displacement? Here I have kept an example. Assume you have a path, your 2 points A and B. Okay, up now what is the difference between distance and the displacement? Assume a person moves in blue path. Now if you want to know the displacement, it is what we'll keep from this point. You'll stand and you'll see, okay, he started from here, okay, and he ended over here. Okay, now you will draw a straight line. That length is displacement. What is distance? You will measure which part, length of this part. You can see length of that blue path is distance, and as you can see, distance is greater than or equal to displacement. And distance is usually not equal to 0. Displacement can be equal to 0. Now assume he went from here like this, and then came back to here. Then what? Displacement is 0. So is this clear? Done. So that's it about basics of physics. Now about the practice sheet of this, what and all will be included. I will include all the questions from all the 5 topics. Okay, all the questions from all the 5, and it will be majorly from trigonometry and logarithm, most of the questions, and the difficulty level will be moderate. So if you solve that practice sheet, I feel you will become good at trigonometry, logarithm, all those things. Basics of physics, actually there is no question. It's basically theory. Okay, I will not include much. Conic sections also, basically I can't give you that much of questions. Okay, and geometry basics, I can basically form like theoretical question or basic 10th level easy questions. So with this, I'll conclude this class. Okay, if you have any doubts, ask down in the comments down below. Thank you.